Oh, shame is a prison as cruel as a grave. Shame is a robber and he's come to take my name.
I was 27, single, in grad school, working full-time, and suddenly pregnant. I was in my apartment, sitting in the middle of my bed and crying. I felt anxious, scared, alone, and like I was a disappointment. I was full of shame and guilt.
I was living on my own, wandering far from God, after losing all three of my grandparents back to back to back. I had never dealt with death like that before, and I spiraled. The more funerals I attended, the deeper I sank into depression. I was lonely and hurting, but instead of letting people in, I pushed them away. I chose to bury the pain and isolate, and before I knew it, I slipped into old patterns with friends like partying and smoking weed.
I started watching porn to fill the boredom and numb rejection. At some point, I recognized that this fake pleasure always left me emptier and guiltier after I watched it. I knew porn would never truly satisfy, but I just could not stop. One day, after watching porn, the guilt and emptiness became overwhelming. I got on my knees and yelled at God. Why couldn't I resist this urge?
Oh, love is my redeemer, lifting me up from the ground. Love is the power where my freedom song is found. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Oh, fear is a liar with the smooth and velvet tongue. Fear is a tyrant, he's always telling me to run. Oh, love is a resurrection, and love is a trumpet sound. Love is my weapon, I'm gonna take my giants down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Yeah, there ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
God made his presence known in a way I had never experienced before then. Out of nowhere, I heard, "I trust you with this child. I have chosen you for this responsibility, and I will take care of you." I would love to say I completely changed my life from that point on, but I continued struggling with lust and having sex outside of marriage. I knew this is not what God wanted for me. The twinges of guilt I felt turned into full-blown convictions. God was telling me loud and clear, "I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine." I recommitted myself to him and was baptized. His love has allowed me to be free from shame and guilt and walk into the freedom of being who he has created me to be.
One night, something broke through the depression. I felt like I heard God say, "Seek me, get back into church, find healthy community." I had heard of Crossroads, so I decided to check it out. And in the back of the Mason Middle School, as I watched the lyrics of those songs jump off the screen and into my soul, I literally felt God's grace. It felt like the weight of my chains had finally fallen off. I started doing things out of my comfort zone, went to man camp, joined community groups. I didn't think being loved by God was ever possible again, but Jesus pursued me, redeemed me, and called me back home.
I finally told God, I cannot do this on my own. I woke up the next day, the sense of self-control, it was beyond me. I realized God did not want a better version of me, He wanted all of me. I wish I could say I never watched porn again, or that the thought of it never crossed my mind, but God is a God of grace, and He doesn't love me any less. This time, I'm running towards Him, not away from Him, and I am not alone. He's bought me other people to lean on, my dudes group, my prayer team, and my wife. I have a new life now that is richer and way more fulfilling than porn. With Jesus, there is no shame, only freedom.
Oh, there was a battle, a war between death and life. There on a tree, the Lamb of God was crucified. He went on down to hell. He took back every key. He rose up as a lion, and He set all captives free. Oh, there was a battle, a war between death and life. There on a tree, the Lamb of God was crucified. He went on down to hell. He took back every key. He rose up as a lion, and He set all captives free. There ain't no grave could hold His body down. There ain't no grave could hold His body down. When He heard that trumpet sound, He rose up out of the ground. There ain't no grave could hold His body down. There ain't no